Adam Shipp, proud Rotary man, here at the Dawson Street Gardens in Curtin at this wonderful microforest here. This has been a project with Molonglo Conservation Group, ACT Government, myself, Yurbay, and Thunderstone. I look forward to taking you through these beautiful gardens and teaching you a little bit about the plants in this area. This one here is pig face. There are many different types of native pig faces out there. A lot of good uses with this plant.
Pig face is a succulent. It's a very useful plant. You can use the leaves on stings and burns. The fruits are sweet and juicy and a little bit salty. The fresh young leaves can also be eaten and they're a little bit like a cucumber.
Another really common one across Canberra here is native geranium.
Native geranium is a special plant. You can dig up the long taproots and they're a little bit like a carrot in the way they look. They taste more like potato when they're cooked. The leaves can be rolled up, chewed in a poultice and put on skin issues and particularly burns and blisters and things like that. The stems can be eaten and are a little bit like celery.
Here is this really lovely shrub. This is the kangaroo apple.
Kangaroo apple is an important plant. The fruits, when they're ripe, can be used for lots of different medicinal things. One is a poultice that can be used on swelling and pain. They also have important uses, particularly for women, and must be respected.
Down here, the native raspberry.
Native raspberry, a really special plant. The fruits are sweet and full of antioxidants. The leaves can also be used in jiri tea. They are helpful for stomach pain, stomach ache and diarrhea.
So a common one found in many parts, particularly around the hills of Canberra, this is the nodding saltbush.
This saltbush has salty leaves that are a little bit bitter. They're better when they're cooked. They have little red fruits on them. They're really sweet and delicious, and they're great to eat and a nice treat, usually in the autumn period.
This is a really lovely little plant. This is Ajuga australis, and it's got lots of good medicinal uses.
Ajuga australis. This is a really good little medicine plant. The leaves can be used as a poultice and can be applied to infected wounds and will even treat things right up to gangrene. Very medicinal, very useful plant.
Native hotbush. Another local plant with lots of uses.
The leaves of the hotbush are very medicinal. They can be chewed to alleviate toothache, and lots of uses can be used by these leaves to alleviate all sorts of pain. They were even used on stings from the ocean and even on things like earaches and ear pain.
This one. This is native indigo.
This plant is not really a food plant. It's actually quite toxic. However, when they're crushed and used into a waterway, will deoxygenate. This will stun fish and make them easy to catch. The flowers are also a very useful dye for dyeing dilly bags and all sorts of different things.
If you go walking around the ACT, this is one that you're going to see a lot of. This is kangaroo grass.
Kangaroo grass. This is a beautiful one with beautiful edible seeds. Those seeds are collected, they're winnowed in a coulomin, and then they're ground down, made into a beautiful flower.
Mint bush. Beautiful aromatic one.
Mint bush. Be used in a jiri tea for coughs, colds and sinus issues, and it can also be dried out and used like a herb in cooking.
Here we have the currajong.
The currajong has beautiful seeds. They can be cooked, roasted, and they're a little bit crunchy, a little bit like bush popcorn. They have long taproots that are harvested when they're young. And the currajong itself is a really important tree. It holds water, provides water for other plants, and it even has fibres in it that can be used to make baskets and nets.
This nice one that's getting quite big here at the microforest in Curtin. This is silver wattle.
Silver wattle is one of our really important local wattles. It has an edible seed that we can collect and grind up. Its sap is very useful. We can eat it, will hydrate us. It even has antibiotic type properties that we can use on infection. The long stems can be used to make spears. The silver wattle flowers, it indicates magpies breeding, and Murray codfish is ready to catch. Thanks for coming on a walk with me through the Dawson Street Gardens. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a little bit about all the beautiful plants that we have in this garden. There are some amazing plants with amazing uses that my people have been using for thousands of years. Thanks again, and enjoy it in these gardens for years to come.